My daughter is putting herself through grad school working as a server at Jake's Grill in Eden Prairie. She's never been a server before. In fact, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think she's ever really ever had a job before, so this is very entertaining. But one of the things she did learn very quickly is to give exceptional service. And not just the basics, because everyone does the basics. Bring the food out, make sure it's warm, fill up the glasses of water. That's what people expect. But what she has found out is that if you take it up to that next level, your tips are going to be bigger. And she's learned to ooh and ah for the young kids, and she flirts with the boys, and she treats the senior citizens very, very well and with respect. She's got a little dance that she does. I mean, she talks sarcastic little comments, and it's actually very, very entertaining. And it seems like this is what people are looking for in a restaurant. I mean, she's averaging right now about 23-24% tips. My guess is that the rest of the servers are not doing quite that well. This being the Midwest, we never talk about money, so they never talk about the tips, but my assumption is that she's doing better than average because she is so entertaining, and she's letting the people know that she is interested in them. She cares about them enough to take it up to that next level. But we're talking about real estate here, and I think the same thing would apply within our industry. If we can make people believe, or people prove to them that we do care about them, we are involved in their life, we share their pain and their sorrows and their happiness, and we do care what happens to them, I think we're going to be ultimately, better seen. So, the first time you meet with a seller, and how do you approach it? Have you done your homework? Do you know about the neighborhood? Have you become the expert? Are you the marketing expert? What do you do to really prepare yourself to set yourself apart from the rest of the people, the rest of the real estate agents? And doing the chest thumping, I have sold so many houses, I'm a superhero at real estate. I don't think that's the approach. I think we want to come back and say, what can we do for you? What are your needs? What is your timing? What are you looking for? How can I make this a good experience for you? And if you do get a listing, and here's one of the few things that really very, very few agents ever do, is you get the listing, and before the for sale sign goes up, there should be a bouquet of fresh cut flowers and a handwritten note from you thanking them for the business. That alone is going to impress them more as far as you caring about them than I think anything else you can do. Or working with buyers. When you pick them up in your car for the first time, do you just drive around and hope that they find a house that they like? Or do you know the neighborhoods? Do you know where the caribous are? Do you know demographics? I mean, what things do you bring to the story that really makes yourself special? And how do you treat them? Asking them how far do they live from their work, and churches and parks, and how do they live, and just trying to get as much information about them as you possibly can in order to become interested in their lives. And after you sell the house, when was the last time that a real estate agent held an open house for the neighbors to meet their new neighbors? I mean, it happens so rarely that I believe that if an agent, your people have moved in, give them a week to unpack. If you go to the neighbors with a note, a written invitation around the whole block, and ask them to come on Sunday at 1 o'clock to meet their new neighbors, people will show up. And you've done a really good thing. Now the neighbors get to know neighbors. You introduced your clients to the neighborhood, and they're making friends right away. And this is one of those activities that very, very few people ever do, and it's golden, because you care enough about about your clients to take the extra steps. And that's what I think ultimately really sets us apart from the rest of the servers in the real estate industry. And if we do some of these special things, now your tips are going to be bigger. And in this market, more tips are better.